Man, everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Reckless Talk with the Reckless Talk podcast, HoustonCityBeat.com. We are the storytellers of Houston. Before we get started, first and foremost, we need to thank our sponsors. So, big shout outs to the greatest root beer on earth, Otto's Root Beer. Man, big shout outs to you guys and Jehry Distribution LLC, our two sponsors. We truly appreciate you guys so much. Man, this is episode 121, kicking it with music artist Just JP. We are live on YouTube Music, and Facebook. So if you're rocking with us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you're rocking with us on Facebook, go ahead, like, comment, share. Let's get this artist name out here. And if you're rocking with us on YouTube Music, man, we truly appreciate you guys. My podcast goes where you go. What's going on, brother? Man, yo, when I say the whole city of Houston been waiting for this interview. Man, yes, hold up.
Yes, sir.
You got any shout outs you want to give?
Man, my family, obviously. Couldn't do it without my wife, my boys, all the support of all the fans, all the other artists that I rock with, who I'll get to later. I got some names I'm going to talk about later. And obviously God, man, I couldn't do any of this without that God-given ability. So shouts to God, the man upstairs. You know, he blessed me with the talent, and we use it.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm excited for this, man. I love your music. For y'all don't know who Just JP is, y'all about to find out today. This dude is a lyrical genius. He touches on so many different genres of music. Man, this is gonna be epic. But before we get started, I got a few announcements to make. Y'all know our next show is March 16th. Y'all pull on up. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be epic. Regular Talk Productions and Punk Star Radio presents Hot Cars, Hot Chicks, Hot Tracks. It is a 2-day event, March 15th from 7 p.m. until we have our meet and greet party. And then March 16th is the actual event for our hip-hop fashion runway show. We got exotic cars, slabs, and classic cars. That's going to be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then also... it's located at Bones Drought House and Sports Grill, 18301 Eager Bay Drive, Houston, Texas 77058. Big shout outs to all of our vendors, sponsors, partners, everybody that's involved in this. It's gonna be epic, man. We truly appreciate every single one of y'all that is a part of this. Also, one more announcement. I know I told you guys I have an article by Canvas Rebel Magazine. They're out of California. They did an article on me. I literally just got an email as I started this show. My article is officially out, so I'll be posting a link for that. So major blessing. Big shout out to Sarah Jules. She's the one that recommended that article. Y'all go check out that article on that interview I did with her and her game team back in like July or so. Yo, JP, what's going on, man?
And I'm karate chopping bugs out here, bro.
Yo, let's get this started.
I'm in my mother-in-law's house right now, so
let's get this started, man. Tell everybody where you from, where you grew up at, what was the young you like?
Yeah, man. I was born and raised in Tomah, Wisconsin. Well, I wasn't born in Tomah. I was born in Eau Claire, raised in Tomah, Wisconsin. Lived there until I was 19. I was adopted. Me and my biological brother, he passed away in a drowning accident when he was 15 years old. This would have been about 8 years ago. It was 2 days after his accident, his passing, that I embarked on my music journey. So, I was a pastor's kid growing up. The parents that adopted me had a church of their own. So I grew up in church. But, just not a lot of struggle, more just, the things that go along with being a preacher's kid or a pastor's kid, having to set a better example. And when I messed up, people, it would reflect on my dad. So everything I did, I had to walk a certain way, talk a certain way, out of respect, not because I was forced to, but out of respect, because you didn't want people judging him based on the actions of his kids. And people that do that anyways, in my opinion, are fucking stupid. But that's just the reality of the world. People are like that. So really, I didn't really grow up with any real struggle. I didn't enjoy a lot of things most kids and teens had, like game systems, stuff like that. It was very, very strict, but for positive reasons, but really, I was involved in a lot of church stuff, choir, I led church services, led prayer groups, stuff like that. So it was really church was what I was in growing up, and that was my life growing up, school and church. So I played sports, football, basketball, did some other sports, but I don't really say that I played them because I was in for like weeks and I was out. But basketball and football were the shit for me. Obviously, like choir, I was in choir in school. Band, I played the drums. I'm a percussionist. So I was in band, choir. I did all that nerdy geek shit like chess club and all that crap, but that was more in middle school and stuff like that. But really, man, I have Tourette's and I have ADHD. If you can't tell by my fidgeting and shit, I got ADHD like a mofo. And I was bullied hard, like bad for that growing up, especially my Tourette's. I mean, I can remember being in a freshman in high school and seeing seventh graders on the bus passing me as I walked by, mocking my Tourette's, my twitches, my tics. So that was rough. You know, I never was one of the, well, how do you say, one of the popular kids. I was always the outsider, the weirdo, the loser kid. I mean, obviously I had some friends, but I mean, a lot of them were fake. You know, they boosted my confidence just as a joke to them, not as a boost to me. And but then, you know, I started making music and things kind of changed. I mean, I changed the way I carried myself. I changed the way that I dress. And part of that I still struggle with that. Are these people back home, they fuck with me because, you know, the loser nerd kid, the loser, you know, dumbass, he grew up and he's making a name for himself. Do they follow because, oh, wow, like that's inspirational? Or is it because, oh, we see him making some moves, we want to hop on that wave? That's something I struggle with. But at the same time, I've had so many people come up to me and just be like, hey, man, I know I treated you wrong. And this wasn't in public. This is in private. They come up to me. I know I treated you this way, that way, and this way. And I just want to say that I'm sorry. I'm proud of you. And that's what means the most to me, man, is people like, you can tell when they're genuine and you can tell when they're fake. So for me growing up, it was just really church. And then like school was a mess, but then my brother passed and I found a new direction, and it's starting to take off now. It's been a long time, but things are taking off.
Man, definitely mad respect to you, and I'm definitely sorry to hear about the loss of your brother. You made a statement earlier. You know, you grew up in the church. Your dad was a preacher. In saying that, let's talk about the support system. Do they support your music?
They do. They do. And they support the dream. They support the ambition. The message that I put out in my music's maybe not so much. Just because it doesn't keep up that Christian holy perspective that I grew up in. And I respect that, you know. The main goal of my music is to put out a positive message.
Hold on, before we get on that, because we're gonna touch on messages and music and
all right.
Let's back up real quick. Are there any childhood memories that influence your music career? Or any memorable experiences,
man,
that you use for inspiration?
I can't really say. I know my oldest brother, when I was adopted, in my adopted family, my oldest brother was a musician. He can play anything and everything. His ex-wife got him a harp for his birthday one year. He fooled around with that harp for an hour or two. She came out into the garage, and you would have thought he'd been playing for 10 years. I mean, he's just one of those guys that he had the talent. He could just give him an hour or two with an instrument, and he can make magic with it. It was incredible, and that inspired me musically. Like I looked up to him. My brother James, he'll probably watch this if he isn't right now. He works late, but um, my oldest brother is probably one of my biggest inspirations. He's still to this day. I mean, he just had a baby. He works grueling hours. He's a mover, moves in trucks and stuff, and hard work, but he still finds time for music. And that's where I'm at. I'm an exterminator by day and an artist by night. So,
Yeah.
You know, I really looked up to him. He was probably my biggest inspiration. I learned how to play drums watching him play drums. I'm one of those, I watch you do it, I could copy it and I'll learn it and I'll figure it out. And so I'd say he was probably my biggest inspiration, and just time spent with him on the drums, on the piano, stuff like that. Those are probably my most fond memories. As well as just like church events, you know, leading songs at church. Music is music. It doesn't matter whether it's, you know, gospel, whether it's country, although I'm going to get some hate for this, but I hate fucking country music. But, but you know, I fuck with Jelly Roll. I could put that out there. Jelly Roll's the only real country artist I fuck with. But like music is music, and so especially like leading songs at the church and stuff like that, those are some fond memories I always have.
Yeah, man. Who would you say are some of the greats that you looked up to guide your own career?
Bro, number one on my list is Machine Gun Kelly, and anyone that knows me knows I rep MGK, bro. I got ESC on my tattooed on my arm, bro. I'm EST for life, bro. Like I love MGK, everything about him, the way he switched. It's funny how because I used to always fuck with him as a rapper. And then my girl got tickets to see him live here in Kansas about 2 or 3 years ago. And she's like, hey, you want to go see MGK? I'm like, nah, fuck that. He's doing all that singing bullshit. Like, I don't want to, like, fuck all that. That's stupid. She's like, oh, he'll probably rap. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go. Bro, he did the song Paper Cuts, which I've done a cover of and a music video for. You can find that on YouTube. That's actually, I think, my most viewed video on YouTube, too. But I saw that song and I fell in love with that punk rock genre. And that's when I realized, like, MGK just, for me, he symbolizes everything. And so much that guy has gone through. If you watch, he has some interviews out. He's got a couple movies out, like documentaries kind of. And he really dives into his life growing up and his struggles and thoughts that he had and shit like that. And I resonate with so much of that. And also, man, I'm just plugging in like a mother right now. But he just He just dropped the song here this last week. It's called Don't Let Me Go. If you have a chance, go listen to that song. Phenomenal song. Like, you get to see a side of him that you don't really get to see, and it's just insane, and it touches you. You can tell, like, he's opening up, and I look up to him because he never tried to be someone he wasn't. You know,
big facts.
Do it all. I mean, the Eminem beef, all of that. He never changed who he was. Now he did. There, and that's the thing, and that's where I'm at too, is people get caught up on this, oh well, MGK switched to punk rock because M destroyed him in the rap battle. It's like, bro, if you go back and listen to MGK's previous shit, he has always had the guitars, he has always had the drums, he has always had that rock aspect in his music. And it's only the true listeners, people that actually understand music, that would understand that. And then not only that, when he made that switch, you know, it was he didn't change for anybody. It was I don't want to say the word matured because that's not the right word, but
he evolved.
That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. He evolved into who he is today, and that happens to all of us. I did Christian rap out of respect to my dad. I did Christian music only because I was still living in the house and in his home, and I wanted to respect him. And at the time, like, that's the direction I wanted to take, a Christian rapper. And then when I got out on my own, I realized, like, this isn't doing it for me. Like, this isn't who I am. Like, I'm a Christian, but I don't want to be a Christian rapper. I can be an artist that is a Christian. Just because you're an artist doesn't mean you can't be a Christian. The NF went into it. If there's an interview you can look up, but he goes into the difference between being a Christian artist and an artist that's a Christian. And that's another story for another time. But yeah, man, MGK is my number one. This is gonna be a hot take too. Eminem doesn't crack my top 10.
You know what? It's I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's been a lot of Eminem talk on social media lately, and a lot of people are not feeling him.
His old stuff, the Slim Shady, was the period that I rock with. The new Eminem, he's just too. It's so political, and just so it's just so at everyone's neck. It's like, I mean, I understand like why he's doing it, but at the same time, like we all know you're one of the goats. Like you don't have to keep proving it to us, bro. Like let these pieces, let these pieces of shit artists talk. Let Lil Pump talk. Let all these guys talk, because we all know the truth. You don't have to come dissing on everybody. And I think it's just becoming political, and it's becoming just almost hate to a point where it's hateful. And I don't believe that's what music should be about. Like I understand a diss track or something like that, but when you start just like attacking people's character, especially without receipts, it's one thing to call one out, say, oh, you're a druggie, you abuse your kids, you smack your girl, something like that. That's one thing. But if you don't have anything to back that up, if you have no proof, then you're just talking. And not only that, you're destroying someone's character. Other people are going to view that person differently based off what you said about them, simply because it's you. Because Eminem said so, it's got to be true.
Facts.
And I just don't. I think Eminem is a GOAT, but I put Lil Wayne as my greatest of all time. Lil Wayne, I love everything about Lil Wayne. He can get in his bag just like MGK, bro. He can rap. He can sing. He can do the blues. He can do, the hip hop. He can do the gangster rap. He can do that love making rap. He can do the R&B. That dude can do it all, bro. All.
Yeah. Yo, in saying that, we talking about all these artists and how amazing they are. We got hip hop artist Joey Slab. You say JP, you fucking jam, homie. Big facts. Joey Slab is one of the artists that's under my management. We're gonna actually get into one of your songs right now. Like I said, we've been rocking these two songs for the past month, and it never gets old, man. It never gets old.
Hell yeah.
So we gonna run Nail Tech first. Everybody check it out.
I might tune in, bro. I might tune in on
yeah. Shout out Jack Harlow for this one. Bitch. 10 toes, that's our MO. Told y'all hold on for the ride, but you'll let go. Got Brody moving them elbows. His shawty talk about Melrose. Told me really ain't no sweat. Just to break me off, said they songs, but I sell flows. Black tees and them shell toes. Andy up in them bell toes. Dare live inside me and mine is the next day at the hell throw. Better hold tight, it's gonna be a minute. I'm a demon waiting, I ain't even finished. Any bird in the mark of the beast. And if it's a war that I'm shoving in teeth, I was at peace, but I gotta eat. Cover the tweet, cause they know the reason with them. And I see them switching, never talk to bro. You go leaving, twitching all shit. Man, I never liked your on the ways, fuck an entourage, I'm center stage. Sober up and I met with Grizz. Told me run them down if they in the way. Like pow, pow, pow. I'm a switch hitter, he a witch with her. Brody, let it go and don't hesitate. Like pow, pow, pow. Light torch first course earth, then I set it straight. Fresh my brother, one child and his mother, cause not till I see him, I walk in the street. No, we ain't talking a while over time, and the monster, the reason I hopped in a breed. Pray that he good and he watching me eat. Order I get it, gets harder to sleep. Harder to talk to my mom with the things that I done, cause I know that the monsters are me. Running with goals and goblins, true for cobras. Scissors go bump in the night. Bitches be choosing wild, they choose surprise. I know that shit come with a price. Whether he's running that right, still never run with a knife. Still never run from a fight. 2 hands in these blues, man's only reason I came to the light. And know that they feel me, know that I'm filthy. Know it ain't everything yet, but it will be. Turning this mud into bricks that I build. And they wanna stop me, then they better kill me, dog. Here in my words, don't feel these scars. Pray to the Lord that you heal me, God. Help him revive for the family. Naturally know that I'm blessed with the skills he got. I'm snapping, so every bar is a catch. And never get up, so quit asking. Know that I got it for low with that man in my front, so I had to tell Brody to tax. I'm crunching these answers, I left to the big up fanatic. And practically lapping the traffic, just sad, but I had to try to the facts of the facts. I can't pass it all of us standing on 10 toes. That's my MO. Told y'all hold on for the ride, but you'll let go. Got Brody moving them elbows. His shorty talk about Melrose. Told me really ain't no sweat, just to break me off. Said they strong, I sell flows. Black tees and them shell toes. And he up with them bell toes. Damn, left inside me and mine is the next day after hell froze. 10 toes, that's my MO. And I'm letting shots fly till I'm out of ammo. I've been stacking bodies out of bricks like it was Lego. Couple more, y'all finna let know. Ha! Bitch!
Hell yeah.
Man, hold up. Yes, sir. Yo, let's talk about your creative process, man.
Man, what do you want to know, bro?
When it comes to your music, what's your creative process when it comes to making a track?
Right now, bro, it's typically what I do is I gather beats. I get a whole bunch of beats together. Whether I buy them, get them off of YouTube, save them, download them, and then if I like them, I'll go and buy them. But either way, I get my beats all together, listen to a beat, I sit there, and I write to it. If I don't think of anything at that moment, I'll scratch it. I'll start on something else. If I don't like that, I'll scratch it, start on something else. Throughout the day, sometimes something will pop in my head. I'll go on my voice memo because I'm at work. I'm an exterminator during the day. I just open my voice memo and write out a phrase or a line or something that I can use later, and I can go back and put that in. Also, especially with the punk rock thing, I have one punk rock single, an original out right now. It's called Fuck You and Goodbye. I'm working on an album right now that's going to be all punk rock. I have the title track already recorded. We're still just mixing and mastering it. My guy Grizz Lee, who's on tour with Lit Frank right now. If I don't know if you know who that is, he's a huge TikToker. He's out on tour right now. He makes my beats, most of my beats, and he records, mix and masters. The best in Kansas. If you're in Kansas, bro, hell, if you're not even in Kansas, hit me up. I can put you in contact with this dude. Grizz Lee is the best, one of, if not the best producers in the state, possibly in this fucking Midwest, dude. Insane. And he can do it all. Rap, punk, pop, country, doesn't matter. He can do it all. But recently with the punk rock, because I switched to the punk rock, I've been trying to get a feel for like where in the genre is my niche. I'm trying to find my sound. And I've gotten a lot of like people talking shit and hate on, oh, all you do is drop covers. You're the MGK cover boy. And I'm like, yeah, you may be right. But at the same time, like, I'm trying to find my sound. Okay. I just started singing 2 years ago, bro. Like the paper cuts that I recorded, I think I dropped that like a month, maybe 2 months tops, after I saw him live, after I made the switch and started doing the punk rock. That 2 months is about a month and a half of just becoming familiar with that one fucking song. And if you go listen to that, you can tell for yourself. I mean, I'm dope as fuck. I got the voice for it. I got like, it's all there, bro. And obviously I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything, but
you got the confidence, bro, and that's what it's about. You got that confidence.
And so I've been dropping a lot of these covers to try and find my sound. And not only that, it's also, people don't realize is when you do a cover song and post it on YouTube, you're going to get more views that way than dropping a single of your own. And the reason for that is when people type in NGK paper cuts, I get enough views, which, by the way, that my music video for that has the most views out of any amount. I think it just hit 3,000 or 4,000, which to some isn't a lot, but I mean that's me literally direct messaging my friends, my Facebook contacts, my Instagram, posting on Snapchat, Instagram. There's no bots, there's no nothing. That's me literally by hand, by thumb, sending the shit to everyone, saying like, comment, share, all that. That's all me, self-promotion, organic as fuck. All of my shit is organic. It's just been, I've been trying to find that sound, and I feel like I'm there. And honestly, there are many artists that have gotten big off of doing cover songs. I mean, there's cover bands out there that tour the world just doing
strictly covers.
Just covers, no original. That's not what I want to do. But I always use that when people come at me and, oh, you're just a cover boy, blah, blah, blah. Go check my remixes, motherfucker. Go check those out. Tell me I ain't dope. Like,
facts.
Go check fucking guy. I got shit. I'm working on shit. And there, I understand where they're coming from. People want that original shit. I get that. But at the same time, they also got to realize I've been rapping for fucking 7 years. I've only been doing this punk rock space for about 1.5 years, 2 years now. So I've had a lot of time to hone my the rhyming and the metaphors, the writing, the hyperbole, the simile, all of the rap and what it entails as far as the writing goes, the sound goes, the flows go, all that. I'm starting now a whole different genre of music, and it's a whole different ball game, bro. It's a whole different ball game, and now I'm at a point too where I want to start meshing them. So I want to bring hip hop and punk rock all into one, which we've seen MGK do with other artists such as Black Bear and can't remember his name, but there's a few other artists that he's done it with. So that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, man, MGK, Lil Wayne are probably my top two. If I had to say my third favorite artist or biggest inspiration, it's tough, man. Like, it's kind of a toss up. There's kind of between a few different artists. I'm gonna put Dax up there. Not everybody knows who Dax is, but bro, Dax is cool.
Yeah.
Want to hate on that dude all they want, whatever. Dude,
and you know what else about Dak, man? His storytelling ability is amazing.
Yeah, dude,
amazing.
He just rapped for 20 minutes straight. It's like, bro, man. What?
Man, what would you say? What would you say's what album? What was the first album you fell in love with, and why did it resonate with you?
Oh man, bro, the first album I truly loved and felt. Honestly, it was later. It was like recent. Is Tickets to My Downfall by Machine Gun Kelly. As growing up in church, I wasn't exposed to I wasn't exposed to Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem and Hobson and Tech Nine and all these guys. I wasn't exposed to that. I was very like protected or sheltered. I was in a bubble of church, school, home. Church, home, school, home, and it was just constant. So I wasn't exposed. Like, people ask me, like, "Oh, you never seen that movie?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, my dad was a pastor, dog." Like, no, I ain't seen it. I'm sorry. Look, you're 26, bro. What? Yeah, like, I was very, very sheltered growing up, and so I honestly didn't really get exposed to all of like real mainstream music until about 2016, 2017, where it really started to die. But at that time, it was more like I was just kind of, I wasn't in it. I was just kind of going through the motions. But ever since I really started making a push, when I moved to Kansas, which is where my wife is from, that's when I started really grinding out here, and I started studying the history of, and more not necessarily way back when, but recent history. I was catching up with what's going on right now, and Tickets to My Downfall inspired the hell out of me. Most of that album I've covered, and they're killer. Some might argue better than even his, but that's neither here nor there. But that album just so many tracks in that just describe so much of my life and things I felt, ways I felt, things I've seen. Because once I got out of moved out of my dad's house, mom and dad's house, I lived on my own. I struggled with a meth addiction for 3 years, and I've been clean for almost 4 now. I've hung out with crowds that, you say something disrespectful, guns are coming out. I've in places where, like, you don't know if cops are gonna come busting down the back door at any second. And I'm not saying that to brag or make that me seem like I'm hard. No, I'm a bitch. Like, straight up, I'm a bitch. Like, when it comes to fight or flight, I'm running. But unless it comes to my family, like I'll take a bullet for my kids, for my wife, obviously. But I've seen shit. Like, my growing up wasn't a struggle, but getting through an addiction, especially the settings I was in, the places I was at, the people I was around because of that addiction, I've done things that I have to live with. I've never like really hurt nobody, but I've hurt people. I've hurt myself, and that's what's most important. I mean, the fact that I hurt other people is one thing, but I hurt myself. Like, I have scars to this day from things that I've done, and that's something I'm going to have to live with. But it's also, and I get in this conversation with my wife a lot, is I don't regret anything I've ever done wrong. Like, if I could go back and not ever smoke meth, I would still do it, because it's made me who I am today. I've cheated on my girl in the past. if I could go back and redo that, I wouldn't, because it made us stronger today. It made me who I am today. Obviously, I wish I never would have done that. I'm not saying, oh, like, it's good that I did that. What I'm saying is I don't let my mistakes, I don't view my mistakes as mistakes. I view them as lessons. I take everything that I've done wrong in the past and I've learned from it and I've grown from it. And it hasn't been easy. You know, I've had to face some hard realities. Especially, you know, my dad just recently found out about my abuse because I kept it from him for so long. And he finally found out. And but the way he handled it, he didn't judge me. He didn't come at me. He handled it better than I could ask. And he was there for me when he didn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think I've really grown, man. I mean, who I was before I moved to Kansas and who I am now are two completely different people. I used to be so just about me, so selfish, getting pussy, getting money, getting high. Now it's like I just want to, when I'm gone, I want to leave something behind for generations. I want my kids, even if I don't make it, I want my kids, my boys to say, you know what? Dad worked at this music for 25 years. He did this, and this. He didn't go mainstream. He didn't get big, but he never gave up. And that's the message I want to leave behind to my kids, to people that listen to me, is no matter how many times you fall, you get back up and you keep going. And if no one's listening, who gives a fuck? I do it for me. And if people want to get on that wave, then more power to you. And if it makes me big, let's go. If not, though, I do this for the love of music. And that's what it's all about to me. It's just the love of the music.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about some up and coming artists. Who do you think some underground artists that's making some noise right now?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, because I'm not in tune with a lot of artists outside of Kansas right now. But I do want to shout out. There's a guy in Wisconsin. He goes by Star Steezy. He came into an unfortunate situation. He had a clothes store called the Guy Girl Code, and the dude was in prison. You know, he made some mistakes. He came back out. He started this store, and he was flourishing. I mean, he had the mayor in there congratulating him. I mean, he was changing things. He was proving that your past does not define you, and he was becoming very successful until political crap got in the way, and they shut him down. And basically painted this, you know, African-American man, of felon, or he might not be a felon, I'm not sure, but who was previously, you know, incarcerated. They wanted to shut that down because it's not the message that it's not the message that how do I say this? Society wants to show you. They when you turn on the TV, 9 times out of 10, it's bombings, it's shootings, it's accidents, it's bad. It's just bad. It's evil. It's all the time. You scroll through Facebook, you see evil. You see the evil people do. I mean, just here in Kansas City a few weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, the parade.
People were shooting at each other. It's just, that's all that's in the media. And I want to shout him out because he's an artist himself, but he also started the store. He moved cities and he's going to start his business back up. So I want to shout out Star Steezy, man, just for sticking with it, showing that your past doesn't define you. I have hella respect for that, bro. I'm going back to Wisconsin in May to do a show in my hometown. He's going to be on that. It'll be the first time that we perform together. So I'm super excited for that. As far as there's another guy out there, Polo J 5000. He's dope. He does some shit that's just off the chains. He's building his R&B bag now. It's super sick. But then here in Kansas, man, there's really 3 guys that when you ask me that question that come to my head. Number 1 is Grizz Lee. He's the one of the first artists that I gravitated towards when I first moved here. I met him at a Haystak show that I opened at. He was an opener, and I went up, introduced myself, and I would say he's my best friend. I don't know if he feels the same way about me. If not, that's fine. But his actual name is Dick, but he has taught me a lot of the things I know. I've learned the way I move as far as my business and how I do my shows and how, you know, knowing my worth is he taught me, he instilled in me, you have to know your worth. You don't need to rely on this person and that promoter and that artist. You can do the shit yourself. And that's what I'm trying to put to pass on now is to rely on yourself. You don't have to rely on promoters and other artists. You can do this shit yourself. So Grizz Lee is a big one, and dude is a phenomenal artist, man. He's been on tour with Riff Raff. He's got a song with Riff Raff. He's got a song with Chanel West Coast, who, if you don't know who that is, she's the bitch with the annoying laugh on ridiculousness.
Yeah.
He's done shows with Aaron Carter before he passed. And like I said, he's on a nationwide tour right now with Lit Frank. He's a phenomenal person. I have the utmost respect for him. I love him as if he were a brother. Another guy is Yxng Ched. His government name is Gannon. He is, when it comes to rap, man, it's insane. Dude is insane. I mean, he can do it all. He can sing, he can rap, he can make his music makes you want to dance, makes you want to bop your head, makes you want to fuck, makes you want to do all sorts of shit. So Ched is unbelievable. He shoots music videos too. He makes his own beats. He works with Grizz a lot as well. I've done shows with both of them. At least 10, 15 shows over the last 2 years with those two. And then the third guy out here he goes by Silent Av. His government name's Tyler. Silent Av, he does it all too. I mean, he can sing, he can rap, he can do country. He's got songs with Jehry Robinson of Strange Music. He's open for Haystak, a bunch of Strange Music artists. Dude is talented as hell. If you get a chance, look him up. Silent Av on all streaming platforms. And then, you know, just JP, man. The best up-and-coming punk rock artist out of Kansas. I'm saying it right here, right now. No one's touching me.
I love hearing you talk about these artists, man, and your face expressions. Like you truly genuine with it. You know what I mean? To see your facial expressions, to hear their excitement. In saying that, these next two questions, I just need an answer, no explanation.
Okay.
Big year Tupac.
Tupac.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay-Z.
Alrighty. In saying that, we about to get into another one of your tracks. Let's see where we at.
I'm gonna go get my vape from my girl right quick.
All right, that's cool. Let's see what track we gonna listen to. Where's it at? Damn it. Here we go. All right, so the next track we're gonna get into by Just JP is called Super Gremlin. Check it out.
This one's dedicated.
I'ma be a superstar. JPI spitting bars. Yeah.
Oh, you said this one's dedicated to your brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dope.
What is at stake for us? Nothing but a grapes, I promise. Yeah, I know I am a superstar, but this is just a fucking beginning. I fell in love with this music thing. This for my bro and Evan, watch what I be doing. They try to tell me to flow down, they don't know how I really be living. I'm just a product of bad environmental habits. I thought they'd be happy I'm winning. I'm too in love with this life to throw it away. Sleeping on me, but I know they awake. I got a spot at my table reserved whenever the homies be needing to play. I promise you nobody's safe. Gambling, rolling the dice, betting my life that they ain't nobody alive that's fucking with me in this mic. Put that on my double OGs, but really they running the streets. But you ain't heard nothing from me. You ain't been in the middle of beef. I don't know who they want me to be, but I know that I gotta be me. Everything that I wanted in life, they can never take nothing from me. Independent, I'm starting with nothing to nothing to show like 2010. Remember when they thought I would give up on all of my dreams, but I was so nice at the pen. Now the verses I'm writing are heavenly. When I'm gone, I'll be leaving a legacy. They could call me OG like a 70. All the hate and the pride and the jealousy. I ain't a fan who rappers are talking the gram and tell it like they in the stand. Part of the plan, it gonna get me make you a man, but you're doing shit for the fans. Really, you're playing yourself. Gotta learn to play the cards you're dealt. Can't imagine all the pain I felt, all the times that I hated myself. Jaded picking, I'ma set it off. If you're talking money, I'ma bet it all. Cut the ceiling off in the wintertime. Better have a fort when it's dinner time. Take my time with the heat. Prodigy in my boutique, co-signed by the beat. Course I have it when I speak. Shine on them like a pelican leap. Put all of my time in it. I never quit it, I'm more than committed. Replenish my soul with some holy water. I just pray to the Holy Father that the devil diminish. Been in the gutter, remember the days. Wasn't that long ago that I would say one day for work I'll be singing and quoting the shit that I'm spitting right at the brain. Thought that I'd never be winning, will never admit it. I gotta stay in the grind, no matter who down the way that I'm living. But fuck it, I'm keeping my own reprise, yeah. I'ma be a superstar. JPI spitting bars. What is at stake for us? Nothing but a grapes, I promise. Yeah, I know I am a superstar, but this is just a fucking beginning. I fell in love with this music thing. This for my bro in heaven, watch what I be doing, yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Man, yeah, that was dope, bro. And just to know now, like I said, we all been jamming out to that song for you probably sent that to me about a month ago.
Yep.
Just to know now that's dedicated to your brother, man, that's deep, bro. That's
Yes,
deep.
sir.
Yeah, man. Basically let him know, like, I got this, I'm about to do this, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
bro, and that's the thing too, is, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but what started me on my path is my brother loved Eminem. Now we were both sheltered, but he was kind of a troublemaker. He had to go he was at a group home because he was having some behavioral problems at home, at school. So they suggested he go to a group home. That's where the accident happened. They took a swimming trip, end of the school year. He was turning things around, man. It sucks. Like, he was getting better. His behavior was on point. His grades were killing it grade-wise, making friends. And they took an end of the year swimming trip. And he was fuck, man. He drowned while swimming, man. And 2 days after, or the day of his funeral, I remember standing by his grave before they put the dirt over it, and I made a promise that day. I said, from this day forward, I will pursue music. Wherever it takes me, wherever it doesn't take me, for you, I will continue to make music to the day that I die in honor of you. And I have not gone back on that promise, and I don't intend to either. So
that's what's up, man. Big respect, man. Mad respect to you, bro. Let's get to these comments, man. I'm get all these fire emojis when it comes to your music, man. Like, people loving it, bro. People loving it. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, open it up to questions. Shit.
y'all got any questions? Y'all got any questions for JP? Right here in the comments, and we'll go ahead and ask away. Any questions y'all got for JP? Let's talk about the music culture, man. Music culture in Kansas. What makes it different from any other city or state?
I'll tell you what, man. Right now, I hate saying this, but right now, as far as the local talent, the local scene goes, it's kind of fucked. Unfortunately, I mean, you got people out here that it's all about pussy. It's all about drugs. It's about, look at me, look at how cool I am. You know, some of us are out here and we put our blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. And you got people that will come and step over you or use you, or kind of, it's like a cloud that hovers over you because you're in that circle. And it's like, they're doing it so that when they go to their local Walmart, people are like, hey, yo, what's up, T? What's up, bro? Whereas I'm trying to be like, yo, JP, like, your music is phenomenal. Like, bro, I had my song, Fuck You and Goodbye. I searched that song on TikTok, and I found some lady from like Australia or some shit that had posted a video saying her ex had abused her and so on and so forth. And she used my song as a background saying, fuck you and goodbye. And like, that's why I do what I do, man. Like, I'm I'm helping people deal with or get over with or address shit. And that's why I do music, to put out a message like, hey, I've been through this. I've gotten through it. You can too. Like sometimes all people need is affirmation, is confirmation. And they can get, all they got to do is hear someone say, you can do it. And they'll know they can do it. You know, and sometimes not, and believe it or not, not everybody has that luxury. Not everyone has someone in their life that will say, hey, you can do it. You know, you can get through this. You can overcome it. And that's one of the main things I want to do in my music is say, yeah, the fuck you can. You can do it. You can achieve that. You can beat that addiction. You can, you can overcome that depression. You can, you can move on with your life from that ex or whatever it might be. And
yo, we got a question from hip hop artist Joey Slab. He said, do you fuck with strange music out there, Tech Nine?
Bro, I fuck with Tech. Obviously, I co-headlined with Jehry Robinson of Strange Music. And I got receipts for that. You can see it on my YouTube. I have done shows with Snake Lucci, who is the one who basically taught King ISO everything he knows. Basically, not that King ISO, didn't make his own shit, but Snake Lucci was the one who, from what I've been told, kind of brought ISO into his studio, let ISO do his thing, and ISO has become the person he has today. And ISO talks about that too, being in the studio with Snake and shit. So I've done shows with Snake. I've done I've been working on getting a feature from Maze 301, who's with Strange Music. And then I've also done a show with JLB Hood. So yeah, I mean, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Tech or having contact with Tech yet, but I've met some of the artists and done shows with some of the artists that are there. So, and it's been pretty dope. But that's the thing, man. Like if Tech called me today and said, hey, let's do a song, I'd do it. If they go, hey, I want to sign you, I'd do it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm using them as a stepping, they're just another step on my ladder. I ain't trying to stay local, man. I'm trying to go worldwide. Not saying that Tech and them ain't, but I love the independent route, man. I do this shit on my own. I do it when I want to do it. I do it how I want to do it. And nobody tells me I can't do this or I can't do that. Or I got to go here. I got to do that. Or you need to put this song out by this time. I get to do it however the fuck I want. And I love that. I love the independent. Now, obviously, if Yxng Ched gave me a call right now and said, hey, bro, I'm signing your ass. I'll be like, all right, but I'll be there tonight, bro. Let's go. But no, I love the independent route, man. It's work. And it took me a long time to be okay with putting in the work. Because for a while there, I just thought the world owed me. I'm a white boy that can spit, I thought I was the next Eminem. Every white boy that can rap thinks they're the next Eminem. And it kind of took some humbling in some situations to realize, like, there's 30 other white boys that can do it better than me. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, I know my lane. I try and stay in it, and if you fuck with me, I'm going to fuck with you. But right now with the scene out here, man, it's people, it's egos. It's all about ego out here. And it's sad to see. I mean, I see, and I'm not going to name names just because I'm not ready for that heat yet, but there's people out here that will sign with these artists or promoters or whatever, and these people just use these very talented artists for their own gain, to gain opportunities, to get shows, to get venues. Like, hey, if you put me on this show, I'll bring insert artists here with me. And they get the opportunity because they're in it. And I get what they're doing, but that's a snaky way to go about things, in my opinion. I mean, you're using other people's hard work to gain I don't know, popularity or pull or whatever you want to call it.
To get ahead.
Yeah, and it's definitely. And I see so many talent, and it's like every day I see a new person doing it, signing with these people, working with and it's just like, man, I mean, it just sucks because I know that these people aren't going anywhere. I mean, they're not. It's all about local. They're not going to go. I mean, it's sad, but you know, people are going to do what they're going to do, and I know what I'm doing is the right way. I have a small circle of people. I've already mentioned them. Grizz is like my number one guy. I mean, he's my guy. And then Ched, really, and Silent Ave. I mean, really, there's 3 guys in Kansas that I really have those 3 guys are the ones I have the utmost respect for. Obviously, there are others. I got D Major. He's my guy at Topeka. He's dope as hell, and he just signed with the promotion label that I'm with, Fang Gang. Dre Dizzle the Truth. He's out of Marshall, Missouri. He has a promotional label called Fang Gang. I'm a part of that. D Major just got on that. And all that really is we're just a family that when one of us posts a song, we all push it. So it's not like or you know, if we're struggling with something, we got each other. I need a new mic. Dre gonna send me a mic. You know, D Major needs some chords. I got them. You know, it's a family. And so obviously I got to shout out D Major and Dre Dizzle. They're like family to me. But really, man, it's just right now it's just me against the world, basically. I mean, I have those people that I console with, that I work with, but really at the end of the day, it's me and my wife doing everything. I mean, we just bought a cricket the other day. Woo! You know, taxes hit. We went out and bought a cricket. My wife designs my flyers. My wife is the most talented. I couldn't ask for a better woman to call to be by my side. She can do everything. We, like I said, we got a cricket. I got new equipment coming in. I got a new mic set up, all sorts of shit coming in. We're going to be getting a PA system so that I can do shows wherever the fuck I want. I don't have to go to a venue that has a PA system. If they don't, I can say I got my own. I'll bring it.
Yeah, big facts.
And that just ties back into the doing this on your own. I covered it too. Russ has a song. It says, I don't need her, I don't need him. Fuck it, I'll do it myself. Talk about this, talk about that. Fuck it, I'll do it myself. That whole song is about you don't need him. You don't need her. You don't need that guy. You don't need that chick. You can do it all on your own as long as you have the will and the drive to do it. And people want to say, bro, oh, well, I ain't got fucking money. Oh, you need money. That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. My one of my best sounding tracks, and it's on SoundCloud still. I recorded on back in 2018 on a Dollar General bought like phone, bro. I didn't know what brand it was. And bro, it sounded dope as hell. So I used an app called Sing Play. It's a karaoke sing. It was I don't even know if it's still a thing anymore, but it was a karaoke singing app. And I would load in the beat and I would just rap on the phone. And bro, some of the best shit I've ever made was done that way. So like, you got a phone. That's all you fucking need, bro.
So if there's a will, there's a way.
Internet and download your beat and go home and record that shit. Like, you just.
What would you say? What would you say? What's the most important thing you hope listeners take away from your music?
The messages, I guess. Being an artist isn't as awesome as it seems. A lot of people look at artists, especially the mainstream guys. You see them with all their chains. They got girls. They got big houses, dope cars. Their life looks easy. But, I mean, look at one of the greatest of all time, Eminem, struggled with pills. He had a hardcore drug addiction. These guys, Mac Miller, OD, Juice WRLD, RIP, dude, Juice WRLD is in my top 3. Juice WRLD is probably my 3rd, to be honest. And then I'll put Dax and Hobson right under there and Tech in there too. But I love Juice WRLD. Everything about Juice WRLD, man. These guys were at the top of the world, and even they struggled. People think that being an artist is easy. It's not. It takes time. And sometimes it can take your whole life and you don't do much. But it does take money. I mean, the further you want to go, you gotta come correct. You gotta have money. To start out, it's easy to record a song on your phone or this or that. But you want to start doing big shows, you're going to have money. You're going to have to get a job. That's another problem that I see a lot of people out here is they're not willing to work. They just expect people to hand them a show, hand them a gig. Bro, I'm out here working anywhere from 9 to 10 hours every single day, every 2 weeks, bringing in $1,500 every 2 weeks, and that's just stacking. And then I use some of that. I put some of that aside and put it to shows, towards equipment, towards beats, towards whatever. And it took me a long time to get there where I realized, like, I got to work for this shit. I'm not going to have the shit handed to me. I'm not the next Eminem. It's not how it works. I don't care how good you are. You could be the next Eminem, and you're not going to have shit handed to you. You're going to have to work for it.
Big fan. And I'm glad you said that, man. What advice would you give to the next generation pursuing their goals and dreams?
Never give up, ever. It may seem easier, especially when you've just had you fail once, you fail twice, you fail 3 times. Eventually, something's gonna work. Something. Now, obviously, there's some, and I hope these people are watching this now know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, but some of them need to just stop because it's not working. And they've been forever. And it's not because your effort ain't there. It's just because the talent isn't there. You don't care about it how you should. So you're not putting the real time and the real work in. You're just paying and putting out a bunch of money to get these slots or these gigs, but you're not really perfecting your craft. And that's where people get lost. I paid money and I opened for Best Believe. All right, cool. But when I listen to you live, when I listen to your music, it's not there. You're offbeat. Your recordings are off. I can tell that you're not putting your time and your money and your effort into your sound, into the craft. You're just shelling out money to get these opportunities. But if the craft ain't good, you're gonna go nowhere. Anyone can open. I could open for Eminem tomorrow if I had the damn money. I walk up to Eminem right now and say, "Hey, bro, $2 million. Let's do a show. Here you go, $2 million.
He gonna do it.
Run it up."
Well.
And I could be anybody. That's the way of the industry, man. If the money's right, most of them will be like, "All right, let's do it." Anyone can open for anyone if you got the money. But it's the talent, it's the effort, the focus on the craft. That's what matters. Build, and don't just stay stagnant either. That's another thing is there are so many talented people out here, but every album sounds the same. It's they don't evolve. They don't evolve. And that's what I've done. I started out with rap, and then I evolved into the punk rock. Now I'm starting to, and I just put a little snippet of a rap I did from way back when I was doing Christian rap. And people are like, "Whoa, bro, this sounds way different." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, because I'm now evolving into parts of what I used to be, mixing with what I am now, into what I want to be in the future." It's all about evolving. Staying stagnant. Complacency is a big word for me. I never want to be complacent. I am always going to shoot bigger, higher, farther. Always. I'm not okay sitting where I'm at. I want to go farther. And when I get there, I'm not going to be okay complacent sitting there. I want to go further than that. And further than that until I'm sitting at the top or I'm fucking dead. One of the two. And
big
it might be I just die, But at least, especially my boys, man, my family is everything to me. My boys would say, "Dad never fucking quit." And so that's my message to any artist. Don't quit. I mean, it's not, especially if you love music, because without music, man, music is like the only thing that can make you feel damn near every emotion, music, I believe, is the most powerful tool in the entire world. Music can bring every human being, no matter your race, no matter your gender, no matter the language you speak, no matter what, it can bring people together. And that's why I love music, that music invokes. But at the same time, music can also be used in a negative way, and that's the problem I see with. But we've seen a lot of like the violence, the gang hood life, whatever you want to call it. We've seen pushing drugs, Xanax, pills, shit like that. Glorifying violence, glorifying taking advantage of women and shit like that, and disrespecting women and stuff like that. And I love the time we're in right now, because I see things going back to the way they used to be. You're slowly starting to see these mainstream artists go back to the way Tupac did things, the way Biggie did things, the way Wayne did things, the way 2 Chainz did things, the way, Dre did things. Like, we're starting to get back to that lyricism, and not just the mumble, the popping pills, fucking bitches music.
Let me cut you off real quick. I'm glad you said that, because and this is exactly why I love doing what I'm doing, because we reached a point. Everything comes back around, right? And we reached a point in the especially in the hip hop community, in the hip hop world, where we're starting to see true lyricists again. We're starting to see true storytellers again. But hold on, we're gonna get to the comments. Dion and Jonathan both made a good comment. Dion says some money ain't good money. Some people get in because they're connected. Big facts. And then Jonathan backdoored and said, yeah, a lot to do with connections. They put on the crash dummies these days. Who's gonna do what they say? Big time facts. Big facts. It
also has a lot to do with connections, and that's important, man. Building those connections. One of my like I talked to him about him early, Grizz Lee. I didn't approach him. I knew nothing about this guy. I met him at a Haystak show. I'd never heard of him before. I approached him and fell in love, not in no gay way, but fell in love with him as a person. Like, this guy knows, he loves doing this like I do. He loves it. He has a passion for it. And I fell in love with that drive, and I aspire to have that drive. He'll be the first to tell you I ain't done shit. I'm no one to look up to. But he's one of the, out of all the artists outside of MGK, I say Grizz Lee is someone I look up to the most, just because, like me, he came from nothing. He was just a dude in school and, decided to make music one day, and he's had so much success. And yeah, man, but I've seen, getting to know him though has opened doors for me. I've gotten to do shows with him, with other bigger names and higher up artists, and gotten connections with different people, whether that's videographers, photographers, different beat producers, whatever it may be. Connections are huge, and that's the problem within Kansas, is these guys just. But that's the thing. A lot of the times, those connections, there's money behind it. You just don't see it. There's money. Just because you can bring in a big name doesn't mean you're homies. It means you probably paid them. We just don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you're not, like, I see so many artists like, oh, this is my guy. It's like, is he really though? Because I guarantee you, he never.
You know what?
In private.
One thing I can say. One thing I love about the Houston culture when it comes to this music game. A lot of these big names, if they don't fuck with you, they don't care about your money. That's one thing I love about this Houston culture, man. This Houston culture, when it comes to this music, is so different. And keep in mind, I live in Houston, but I'm from New York. You know what I mean? The Houston culture is amazing. It's something different that no other city, state, nothing has. You know what I mean? Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, if you got that money, they gonna hop on it. But if they really don't know you or trust you, they're not about to take your money.
Real quick, because I don't want to make the Kansas music scene seem like it's all trash. Obviously, we have very talented artists, and those of us that really love the music, that's gonna overcome the fake shit, because the truth will always come out. In the end, the truth will always come out. The real will always shine through. Always. You can only keep a facade up, a lie up for so long. And there's a line, and I've used it in one of my songs too. But in every lie, there's a little bit of truth in every single lie. And eventually, the whole truth will come out of that lie.
Yeah.
And that's when the ones that have been grounded, that have been doing this on their own for themselves, relying on the people they know are steady, that give a fuck about them and not just using them. They're gonna rise while while the fakes, the posers, all of them, they're gonna collapse. Everything they got going on is gonna hit the fucking floor, and you're gonna do nothing but rise the fuck up.
Big facts, man. In saying that, bro, that this been dope, man. Before we close out, man, one more question. Here's your chance to sell your music to us, man. We all got $20 to our name. Everybody watching in the future, we all got $20 to our name. Tell us why we should buy your music instead of going to get some groceries for our little badass kids.
I can make you see things differently. Especially with the album I'm working on. It's gonna make you want to dance, jam out, rock out. It's gonna make you think about things in your life. It might even give you answers to things you've been questioning in life. It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you, make you feel angry. At the end of the day, it's all about the message. Every song I do, even the covers that I put out, they have relevance to things I deal with, things I go through. I will not put a cover out there unless I feel the song 100%. If I don't feel it, I ain't putting it out. So the message is what's it. And I'm telling you, man, I got the voice. You've heard my rap. You can go on my YouTube. I know you got the links for my linktree. You can go see my punk rock covers. I got an album dropping soon. I got a bunch of shows coming up. I got to make it out there to Houston. I know some people out there in Houston. I think his name is Lil Texan. I don't know if you're familiar with Lil Tex or Lil Texan, but I got he's a dude. I don't know where exactly in Texas he is, but I know some people through him. Be Quiet here in Kansas. And Lil Sad. And some other guys that are from that Texas area. I don't know exactly where, but I want to make it out there, man, because I've heard nothing but good things about the music scene in Texas and in Wisconsin too, man. It's not like here. I mean, everyone at one time it was really bad there, but a lot of it was drugs. It was just all the artists were falling off because of drug problems. And but now it's getting back to a point where those same people are now recovering addicts. They've gotten clean and they're coming back together and they're just putting out magic, man. It's amazing to see. I mean, and again, it all ties back to the culture, man. We're pushing. I get a lot of hate. I'm gonna get some hate for this too, but I kind of want to say this before I go. Tom McDonald is another person that I personally admire and look up to. Not that I agree with everything he says. But I think the fact that he has the stones to get up and speak his mind on shit. And people want to bash him and say what they want about you. Say what you want about him. But you live in this country. If you got a problem, why don't you stand up and say something? Why is this Canadian standing up and saying something, but you can't? And, Tom has a song where he talks about, I totally forgot what I was talking about. I just lost my train of thought. What was the question?
Whoa, the question was over. You just kept going. We were talking about the growth on buying your music. Man, look, this was a dope ass interview, bro. I've been waiting for this interview for a minute, man. I truly appreciate you having you on, man. For real. We're gonna go ahead and end this. This was dope, man. The people in the comments love you. Send me some more music to my email so I can upload them and put you in the mix for tomorrow. Yes, man, in saying that, this your boy Jehry Reckless with the Reckless Talk Podcast, HoustonCityBeat.com. We are the storytellers of Houston. We are done. Episode 121, kicking it with music artist Just JP. The Reckless Talk Podcast is sponsored by the best root beer on earth, Otto's Root Beer. Fun fact, Otto's German. And we are also sponsored by Jehry Distribution LLC, man. We appreciate every single one of y'all. We out of here.
Peace.